All right, get ready for this one. Our deep dive today takes us all the way to Waco, Texas.
Waco.
Yeah, to First Horizon Bank, where like a totally normal day, suddenly turned into front page news.
Front page news in Waco or?
Everywhere, national news.
Wow.
It
Okay.
all revolves around MAGA hats, someone being denied service at the bank, and one of the most recognizable faces in the world,
Oh, okay. I'm intrigued now.
Elon Musk.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So picture this.
Right.
First Horizon Bank,
Mm.
Waco, Texas. Seems like any other day.
Yeah.
We've got Brenda Hartwell.
Okay.
She's the bank manager,
Yeah.
Real stickler for the rules, follows the bank's policies to a T.
By the book.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Recently, she had to deal with like a big political argument that, broke out in the branch. So now she's kind of on edge
Can't imagine.
about anything that could disrupt the peace.
Right.
Then this guy walks in
Okay.
wearing a, you guessed it,
Magier.
MAGA hat, bright red, carrying a like small briefcase.
Okay.
Not exactly your typical bank customer in Waco.
Yeah, not exactly blending in.
Right. So Brenda sees him and she immediately, gets that feeling like, uh-oh.
Red flag.
Exactly. She tells her assistant manager, Diane, keep an eye on this guy, just in case.
Ah, okay. I see.
Better safe than sorry, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess in her position, that makes sense.
Totally. So the man, he walks up to the counter, very politely, asks to take some money out of his account.
Right.
Hands over his ID, his account details, everything. Totally legit.
Okay.
But Brenda, her eyes are like glued to that MAGA hat.
Ah, I see.
And you know what she does?
Refuses him service.
Refuses him service. Right there at the counter.
Wow.
Now, here's where it gets interesting.
Okay, I'm listening.
Most people, right, if
Yeah.
they were in that situation, they'd be like, what?
Yeah.
They'd argue, demand to speak to the manager.
Yeah, you'd think so.
This man, not a peep, just turns around and walks right out of the bank.
Really?
Calm as can be.
Huh. That's strange.
Almost like he was expecting it. And the whole bank, erupts in whispers. Who was that? Why'd she refuse him? What just happened?
Oh, yeah. The rumor mill starts churning.
Big time. It's like a soap opera just exploded in a small town bank.
And this is before anyone knows it's Elon Musk.
Right. No one has a clue it's him.
Yeah.
So the mystery deepens.
Oh, yeah. The intrigue just builds. So what about Brenda? Any second thoughts after he left?
Well, we can only guess.
Yeah.
But I imagine, yeah, she's probably feeling a whole mix of emotions, like relieved maybe that she avoided a confrontation.
Right.
But also, I bet there's this little nagging feeling like, did I do the right thing?
Yeah, like a little knot in her stomach.
Exactly. And that feeling, well, let's just say, it was about to get a whole lot worse because the next day,
Okay.
the man comes back. But this time, he's not alone. He
Oh.
walks in with two guys in suits flanking him.
Like serious suits.
Serious suits. The whole vibe changes instantly. It's not a casual visit anymore. It's like he means business.
I bet Brenda's heart skipped a beat.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
So everyone's kind of frozen, staring. And that's when the assistant manager, Diane, she gasps and she says, that's Elon Musk.
Whoa. Hold on.
The entire bank freezes. Brenda, her jaw drops. I mean, this is Waco, Texas, not Silicon Valley. No one expects Elon Musk to waltz into their local bank.
Right. That's totally out of left field.
And it all clicks.
Yeah.
The MAGA hat, the briefcase, that quiet exit the day before. It was all intentional.
He was setting something up.
Almost like he was playing a role.
Mm.
No? Testing the waters.
That's kind of brilliant, actually. I mean, talk about a social experiment.
Right. So as the reality sinks in, this hush falls over the whole bank. All eyes are on Elon Musk.
Can you imagine being in that room?
And he calmly addresses Brenda and the entire staff.
What did he say?
He starts talking about how judging someone based on how they look, it says more about the person doing the judging than the person being judged.
Wow. Powerful statement.
Right. And the tension of the room is thick. You can cut it with a knife.
Yeah, I bet. So did he just, lecture them?
No, he actually brought a young teller, Lauren, into the conversation. Asked her how she would react if someone came in wearing something she totally disagreed with.
Oh, wow. He personalized it.
Exactly. It was genius because suddenly everyone in the room was forced to confront their own potential for bias.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
Big time. And it was this moment of reckoning for the whole bank, especially for Brenda. She was facing the consequences of her actions. Not in a reprimand or anything, but in a much deeper way.
She was being challenged to do better, to be better.
Exactly.
Oh.
And that's when Elon Musk does something that no one saw coming. He announces he's donating $500,000 to the Waco Community Relief Fund.
Whoa. Hold on. That's huge.
Right. It's a total bombshell.
Okay.
And the entire bank is stunned, Brenda, especially, is visibly shaken.
I can only imagine that's not the outcome she was expecting.
Not at all. It was a gesture that spoke volumes. Not about punishment, but about empowerment.
Like he was saying, let's turn this negative experience into something positive.
Right. Something that benefits the whole community. It was an act of generosity that left everyone speechless.
What happened next?
Yeah.
Did Musk just walk out after dropping that bombshell?
He did something just as unexpected. He looked at Brenda and the whole bank staffs and simply said, I think the moment spoke for itself. Let's move on.
Just like that.
Just like that.
There's something like really profound in that simplicity, you know?
Right.
No lectures, no trying to make himself look good.
Just acknowledging what happened and urging everyone to move forward.
Exactly. It's like he understood, actions speak louder than words. And boy, did this action speak. The story, it blew up.
Oh, yeah.
Everywhere. Local Waco papers, the national news, everyone's talking about this MAGA hat guy, the bank manager, this crazy act of generosity.
It's wild how something that happened in a small town like Waco could, capture the entire country's attention. What do you think it was about this story that, resonated with so many people?
I think it tapped into something deeper, beyond just a news story.
Good for hell.
It became a mirror reflecting all these divisions and biases we have in our society.
Oh, I see.
People saw themselves in it, maybe in Brenda's first reaction or in Musk's response. It forced everyone to look at themselves, at the world we live in, and confront some uncomfortable truths.
Like it went beyond Elon Musk and a bank manager.
Exactly. It reminded us that we all have these biases, right? Conscious, unconscious, they shaped how we see the world, how we interact with each other.
And sometimes those biases, they have consequences we don't intend.
Right. So this story, it sparked a conversation. It made people start questioning their own assumptions, their own biases.
It must have been, incredibly tough for Brenda finding herself in the middle of all this.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, she was thrust into the spotlight, but not the kind anyone wants. Imagine that pressure, the scrutiny, judgment from everyone, her name, her face, everywhere. Social media, buzzing with opinions.
Yeah, I can't even imagine. Did she, just crumble under all that?
To her credit, she didn't. She chose accountability.
How so?
She issued a statement, a public one, admitting she messed up, expressing regret for what she did and committing to learn from it.
That's good, but actions speak louder than words, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did she do anything beyond the apology?
Absolutely. Brenda didn't just talk the talk. She walked the walk. Enrolled in diversity and inclusion workshops, to challenge her own biases, broaden her perspective. She encouraged her staff to do the same.
So she was leading by example.
Exactly. And get this, she started volunteering her time at the Waco Community Relief Fund.
Wow. Sounds like she really went all in, not just learning from her mistake, but actively trying to make a positive impact.
That's what's so remarkable about her story, She could have gotten defensive, blamed everyone else, disappeared from public view. But she didn't. She chose a different path. She chose growth.
Her story is a great reminder that growth, real growth, it often comes from uncomfortable situations. It's about admitting when we're wrong and using those moments to learn and become better.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And it wasn't just Brenda who was impacted. The whole bank, they saw their manager, someone they look up to, taking real steps to address her biases. That sent a powerful message.
Yeah, it's okay to admit you're wrong and try to change.
Exactly. So it created this ripple effect far beyond Brenda herself. This incident, it sparked a conversation in the whole community about bias, about empathy, about understanding different viewpoints.
People started questioning their own assumptions, having more honest conversations about these tough topics.
You got it. And it wasn't just talk. Remember that donation from Musk?
Yeah, the $500,000 to the Waco Community Relief Fund.
It was like a catalyst. Donations to that fund skyrocketed after that. Local businesses, individuals, everyone wanted to help.
So it wasn't just about the money itself.
No, it was about something bigger. This spirit of generosity, social responsibility, it spread through the whole community.
It's amazing how often we hear about the negative side of social media. But this story, it shows how those platforms can amplify important conversations, drive real change.
It's a good reminder that we all have a responsibility, right? To use these platforms wisely, to engage in discussions that build understanding, build empathy. We can all be part of making a difference.
Speaking of making a difference, what about Elon Musk? Did he keep talking about this whole thing, or did he move on?
Musk, he did what he said he would. He let the moment speak for itself.
Of meaning.
He stepped back, declined interviews, focused on his work. It's like he knew the story had taken on a life of its own, and it was time for others to carry it forward.
It's an interesting approach. By stepping away, he kept the focus on the bigger issues, not on himself.
Strategic, right? He planted the seed, started the conversation, and then stepped back to let it grow.
It's crazy, right? Like one interaction, one seemingly small moment, and it just snowballs into this huge thing.
It really makes you wonder if Musk, planned all this, if he knew how big this would get.
Yeah, it's hard to say what he was thinking, but I think the way he handled it, it says a lot about him. He didn't just point fingers. He actually offered a solution, a way forward.
And not just any solution, a big one. $500,000.
Right. But it wasn't just about the money, was it?
No, definitely not. It was more like a spark. It got people talking, thinking about how to get involved, how to make a difference.
Yeah, it wasn't about silencing anyone or making Brenda feel bad. It was about, empowering people,
Yeah.
giving them the means to be part of the solution.
Exactly. It's like he was saying, hey, we all mess up sometimes, but we can learn from it. We can do better.
And it's a good reminder for all of us, right? That we can all make a difference. Sometimes it's a big, flashy gesture. Other times it's just, being kind, being understanding.
It's the little things done consistently that really add up.
Totally. But not everyone was happy with how Musk handled things.
Oh, yeah. There were definitely people who criticized him. They said he was grandstanding, using his money and fame to embarrass Brenda.
What do you think about that?
I think it's good that it sparked a debate, These kinds of conversations, they're important. It's not about everyone agreeing. It's about being open to different perspectives, even the ones we don't like.
It's about challenging our own beliefs, right? Really thinking things through.
Exactly. And sometimes those tough conversations, that's where real change starts.
So what about Brenda? Did she just become, the villain in all of this?
Not at all. Actually, she really took it to heart. She used this experience to learn and grow, not just for herself, but for the whole bank. She became a champion for diversity and inclusion.
Like a real advocate for change.
Yeah, she really turned it around. It shows that even when we make mistakes, we can still make things right.
It's a good reminder that it's never too late to learn, to grow, to apologize.
And that our mistakes don't have to define us. We can always choose to be better.
This whole story, from the MAGA hat to the donation to Brenda's journey, it's like a testament to second chances.
And to the power of empathy and understanding.
It shows that even when things seem divided, there's always hope. Hope for reconciliation, for growth, for a future where we all treat each other with respect.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, I'm left wondering, how often do we judge people based on what we see, on our own assumptions?
It's a question worth asking ourselves, honestly.
And what can we do, in our own lives to be more open, more understanding?
It starts with being aware of our own biases, challenging our own beliefs, making an effort to listen to different perspectives.
Even when it's hard.
Especially when it's hard.
Who knows? Maybe our actions, even the small ones, can inspire others to do the same. Just like that man in the MAGA hat did in that little bank in Waco.
You never know the impact you might have.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time, keep learning, keep questioning, and keep trying to make the world a little bit better.